Hello, I'm Emma from mmmEnglish. There are plenty of English words that confuse you because they look similar, they sound similar. I know because when I was at school and I was learning English, I also found these words really confusing. Lots of native speakers find these pairs of words confusing. In fact, this lesson will be useful for you if you're learning English as a second language, or if you're a native English speaker, you might even be reminded about some spelling mistakes that you're making. Because these words can be kind of tricky. In this lesson today, I'm going to share some pairs of words that are often confused because they look similar and they sound similar. Words like advice and advise, accept and accept, allowed and allowed, altogether, altogether, along, along, desert, desert, principle, principle, compliment, compliment. Confusing, huh? Like I said, native English speakers often confuse these words as well. So don't worry, we are going to fix these problems right here, right now in this lesson. As usual, I've made you a worksheet that you can download to practice what you learn in this lesson, but you'll have to watch until the end to find out how to get it. Imagine how thrilled you're going to be when you notice a native English speaker misspelling one of the words that you're about to learn today. And you will get the chance to correct them. Okay, enough with the chit chat, let's get on with the lesson. Allowed and allowed. These two words are pronounced in exactly the same way. Allowed means to speak out loud. I'm speaking aloud right now. Read that paragraph aloud so the rest of the class can hear you. Allowed is the past tense form of the verb allow, but it's also an adjective that shows permission. You're allowed to bring a small bag with you. You're not allowed to wear shoes inside the house. You're not allowed to speak aloud. Compliment and compliment. Both of these words are pronounced in the same way, but compliment with an E is the verb. And it's used to show that something goes well with something else, when it adds to or it improves something else. That hat really complements the dress you're wearing. They look good together. What type of cheese is this? It really complements the flavors of the fruit. We chose plants that would complement each other. They really suit each other. Complement with an I is the one that you probably are most familiar with. It's the noun that we use when you say something nice to someone. You pay someone a compliment. I want to compliment you on your performance. You did a really good job. I don't take compliments very well. I get really shy and embarrassed and try to change the subject. Though I don't often give compliments, those shoes really complement your outfit. Altogether and altogether. These words are pronounced exactly the same, but you're focusing on the spelling here. We've got two words versus one. Altogether means all in the same place at one time. Let's meet at the roller coaster at 12. We want to ride it all together. Altogether is an adverb that means completely. I'm a vegetarian now. I've stopped eating meat altogether. The public transport system in Melbourne is so good, some people have stopped driving their cars altogether. Altogether can also be used to summarize a point. Altogether, I think it's a good decision for the company. Oh, altogether can also mean in total. Altogether, you'll pay $3,000 for your flights and accommodation. Altogether, you'll pay $5,000 if you travel altogether. Desert and dessert. There is a slight pronunciation difference here, and it's simply a matter of syllable stress. In desert, the stressed syllable is the first syllable. In dessert, the second syllable is the stressed syllable. Both of these words are nouns. Desert is an area of land that doesn't have much water. If you drive from Melbourne across Australia to Perth, you have to drive through the desert. Dessert is, of course, cakes, ice creams, sweets. It's the meal that follows a main meal like dinner or even lunch. If you don't finish your dinner, you won't get your dessert. I'm sure every parent, no matter what language, tells their children that. My favourite dessert is tiramisu. Dessert can also be a verb. It sounds like dessert, but it's spelt like desert. So dessert can also be a verb, and it means to leave someone alone or abandon them. Principal and principal. These two words used to confuse me all the time. Principal is a noun and also an adjective. As a noun, it is the head of a school. And I remember my grade 4 teacher always telling me to remember that the principal is your pal, your friend. But principal can also mean important or significant when it's used as an adjective. Our principal concern is the safety of the children. So here, principal means most important. I have a meeting with the school principal this afternoon. Principle is only a noun, and it's a truth, a law, or a rule that shapes how something is done. There are 3 main environmental principles that shaped this project. You might also hear expressions like he's a man or she's a woman of principle, which means that they always do the right thing. They always do what is morally right or morally correct. We need to protect the community. It's a matter of principle. It's the right thing to do. Along and along. They sound exactly the same, though again, we're looking at spelling here. 2 words, verse 1. Along is an adverb or a preposition, and it means to move along something horizontally on a flat surface, like this. It's such a nice night tonight. Let's go for a walk along the river. Can I bring my friend along? You've also heard it in the phrasal verb, get along, to get along with someone. So that means to have a good relationship with them. Along is a little different here, because long is an adjective that refers to the length of something, either in distance or in time. A is an article here used with the noun that follows the adjective long. So here, long is an adjective, and the singular article a can be used only with a countable noun. A long day, a long trip, a long road. It's been such a long journey. There's a long list of names on the board. I walked along a long, windy road.
Advise and advice. Can you hear the difference in pronunciation between those two words? They're very similar. Advise and advice. The difference is in the final consonant sound. Z and s. Very slight. Advice is a noun. It's when your friend has a problem and you offer them a suggestion about how to solve the problem or what they should do to fix the problem. You're offering a piece of advice. It's a noun, an uncountable noun, so it's always advice, not advices. But people often ask for advice when they want some recommendations or some suggestions about how to deal with a situation. It might be about a relationship, a job, children, school, even a way to manage your boss at work. Hey, can I ask your advice? I've got a piece of advice for you. I always listen to my dad's advice. Advise is a verb, and it's the action of recommending or suggesting something to someone else, usually because you've had some experience dealing with that situation before. I need someone to advise me on the subjects I need to complete for my course. The flight attendant will advise you where your nearest exit is. And an advisor is the noun for someone who advises you, or they give suggestions and recommendations to you. Okay, what about accept and accept? These words are very, very similar, but there is a tiny, tiny difference in pronunciation in the first vowel sound. In accept, it's the lazy schwa sound, accept. For accept, it's accept. Very, very slight. You can almost hardly hear the difference. Accept is a verb, and it describes the action of agreeing to receive something or do something. You need to accept the terms and conditions. You've been so generous already. We can't accept any more money from you. The police told me that the case was closed, but I just can't accept it. Accept is a conjunction or a preposition, and it means not including. I walk the dog every day, except Tuesdays because I work late. I've been to every country in Southeast Asia, except Cambodia. I love food. I'll eat anything, except oysters. Ugh.
Okay, well, I hope you found that useful. I've made you a worksheet which you can download and practice so that you can really make sure you're using these words correctly. You can download it just up there. If you really like this lesson, then please let me know. Like it and tell me in the comments. There are so many other English words that have similar pronunciation, similar spelling, like through, and break and break, lose and loose, course and course. Let me know if you enjoyed this lesson and I will definitely make you another one. That's it from me today. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to keep watching more English video lessons, then check out this one or this one. Bye for now.